Now the new covenant is that who's in me shall not perish but have everlasting. Hi, beautiful people. It's Be Your Holistic Nutritionist. I had a virtual work day today, and so I quickly got comfortable so that I could transition into cooking. And while I was cooking, it was put on my heart to have a quick conversation about acid reflux. And this was prompted by a client that I'm seeing. She recently started having some symptoms for about 2 weeks due to her seeing other providers and then putting her on a lot of medication. She already had a compromised GI tract. So as we're working with her, I just felt compelled to come on here, have a conversation as to what one can do if they are experiencing indigestion, if they're experiencing some acid reflux or GERD, they've been diagnosed with that, and they're having that discomfort in their upper GI region. So there are 4 practices, 4 ingredients, 4 hacks, whatever term you want to use, to help alleviate some of the sensations that you're experiencing while strengthening the upper GI tract. The first recommendation I want to provide to you is the hydrochloric acid with digestive enzymes. Digestive enzymes is great for the individual whose stomach is compromised, and because it is compromised, the function is compromised. And it's not producing enough enzymes, let alone enough gastric juices, which consequently causes the body to adapt and produce more acid. That acid then migrates up the esophagus where you're experiencing that burning sensation known as acid reflux. It also may cause you to increase belching and again having that discomfort in that region. Hydrochloric acid, the body naturally makes, the stomach naturally makes to help produce the gastric acid that's needed to break down the food before it enters the digestive aspect of the GI tract known as your small intestines. The second recommendation people have used is apple cider vinegar. No, this is not for you to take by itself. This is not for you to have a prolonged use of. What it is meant to do is to help reset the pH. What you should do is dilute it with water so it doesn't further break down the lining of your GI tract or in the stomach area or in the esophagus. Okay, so make sure you are diluting it because it can actually make it worse if you're trying to down it by itself. All right, but again, it helps to reset the pH. My 2 favorites and go-tos, which I love, I personally use, one is fennel. It's a herb, it's a seed actually that you chew about a teaspoon of. Say you're experiencing immediately after eating something, some indigestion, you're belching, that bloating feeling, it's discomfort, making a lot of noise. This will quickly quell within 30 minutes, that sensation, and you can notice that decline of frequency of belching or the severity of what you're experiencing in that moment. Again, quickly. That's the key point. So I love that. I've experienced it when I've noticed that I've had more gas within my GI tract, and it's effective. I actually used to make a tea with this particular ingredient along with the next ingredient that I'm going to recommend. And when I tell you it was the top seller, it was a top seller, and people noticeably saw a difference, not only with their everyday GI issues, but also around the women for their cycles. So these 2 ingredients are very good, which leads me to the last ingredient that I use in congruence with the fennel, depending on the severity of the symptoms, and that is licorice root. Now you have to be careful because licorice root is a therapeutic herb, and it is not recommended that you take it for a long period of time. However, it is very effective and very beneficial when it comes to strengthening, re-strengthening, rebuilding the lining of the gut. Again, I used to make that in a tea. I think another brand that's very good in terms of quality is the Yogi brand. They have a type that's called Egyptian licorice. It's very good, very soothing to the area where people experience gastric reflux. And so those are my 4 hacks that I want to provide to you in less than 5 minutes. That is very effective when you're dealing with upper GI issues or discomfort. It's Be Your Holistic Nutritionist. Always coming to talk to you at the round table about how you can make better decisions from the grocery store to the doctor's office. I see you soon. Bye.